Now, atrocities against women in the DRC are also the focus of Ruined, a play making its premiere here in the U.S. Capitol. He spares no details of the horrors women continue to endure in the ongoing conflict in eastern DRC, where rape and murder occur daily. Shushu Ndimyake was a panelist at a recent discussion on the play in Washington.
Now speaking, there are too many women who are raped now in rural areas specifically, and who are sex slaves in that part.
Playwright Ndimyake has won Ndimyake's praise for her depiction of the struggles of the women in the play. Ndimyake is from New York and has never been to the Congo. The stories she tells in the play are of Congolese refugee women she interviewed in Uganda, where they fled for safety. Ruined has won several awards, including the 2009 Pulitzer Prize.
I have to tell you quite honestly, when I set out to tell this story, I didn't even know whether there would be an American audience interested in engaging with the material. So I was very, very pleasantly surprised to see that not only were people interested in the stories, but they were hungry for it.
Ruined centers on a character called Mama Nadi, who runs a brothel near a mineral-rich area where conflict is rife and where victims of rape seek refuge. Mama Nadi is ruined, a term used for women whose reproductive organs have been destroyed by armed rebels. Ndimyake explains one incident where women were ruined by members of the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda.
They raped them and took fuel and put them into the vagina. And after that, they put fire, not to kill them. They extinguished that fire to make them suffering.
Condola Rashad plays the part of a student named Sophie, a ruined girl who ends up at Mama Nadi's brothel.
I've never been to the Congo, and so at first I'm thinking, how can I really do this role justice? There's a lot of weight that this character carries. But then after a while in rehearsal, I realized the only way to do it is to just be honest.
The Congo War is often described as a silent war because of limited media attention. Minerals are a major source of conflict, and women often get caught in the middle of warring rebels. Many have criticized the Congolese government for not ending the war and accuse its soldiers of atrocities, but Congolese ambassador to the U.S., Faida Mitifu, calls the criticism unfair.
There is this notion that all these crimes are being perpetrated by the Congolese soldiers, which is not true. Shushu said very clearly there is a mixture of all different armed groups in that region.
It's a sad state to know that, in this century, we still have that type of thing going on.
Ndimyake says the play raises awareness about the challenges for women in the conflict in the DRC.
In New York City, we were able to get the UN Secretary General to come and see the play. And a week after seeing the play, he made a very strong statement on women in Congo.
United States Secretary of State Hillary Clinton visited the region earlier this year, at which time she pledged greater financial support to help end the atrocities linked to the conflict in the DRC.
Good job, a very touching story.
Such a touching story, and Paul also did a really good job capturing the essence of Chuchu Ndimyake's message. And it turns out, I guess, more and more women journalists now, because just recently we also focused on Anye Taile. She was a journalist from Cameroon who was given an award by the International Women's Foundation in media, and really also taking on that platform of advocating for women against issues that are really affecting women.
And doing that in a very extremely dangerous environment, coming up against the men who commit these atrocities. It is really a show of unmatched courage coming from women in the region. It's commendable.
It really does. It shows, because it's very dangerous for a lot of them. Their lives are put at risk, they're threatened, as Paul said in his story. Chuchu Ndimyake literally feared for her life after testifying before the Congress.
But a big shame to all those who, in fact, perpetrate this and endanger many women. We see that in almost all the wars now, it is the women and children who are victimized, really innocent people.